Now, let us take the next issue, the sense of collective belongingness in Indian nationalism. How did it emerge? The sense of collective belongingness gradually came partly through the experience of united struggle against colonial government. Even the media, folklore, fictions, songs, popular prints, and symbols played a major role in making of nationalism in Indian national movement. In the 20th century, with the growth of nationalism, India came to be visualized associated with image of Bharat Mata, first created by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay was a renowned Bengali author, and he visualized India in form of or in the image of भारत माता. सो इंडिया का पहला सिंबल जो इमर्ज हुआ भारत माता, और इसे किसने क्रिएट किया? बंकिम चंद्र चट्टोपाध्याय ने. उन्होंने बुक लिखी थी आनंद मठ. ठीक है. और आनंद मठ में एक गाना था, एक सॉन्ग था, वंदे मातरम. Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay wrote Vande Mataram as a hymn to motherland. Later, it was included in this novel Anand Mat, widely sung during Swadeshi movement in Bengal. अब आप सोच रहे होंगे कि स्वदेशी मूवमेंट क्या है बंगाल का. तो यहाँ मैं आपको ब्रीफली बता दूँ कि क्लास 8 में आपने इंडियन नेशनल मूवमेंट पढ़ा है. तो बंगाल का जब लॉर्ड कर्जन ने पार्टीशन कर दिया था, तो बंगाल के रहने वालों को ये पसंद नहीं आया था. इन 1906 द बंगालीज, Indian Bengalis, they started a movement which is known as Swadeshi movement, and during this movement आनंद मठ का जो ये सॉन्ग था, जो हाइम था वंदे मातरम, it was widely sung during that time period, and that hymn was again taken up during the national mass movement, in non-cooperation movement, or in civil disobedience movement also. Moved by Swadeshi movement, अब नींद्रनाथ टैगोर, जो कि रविन्द्रनाथ टैगोर के भतीजे थे, he painted a famous image of Bharat Mata, in which Bharat Mata is portrayed as an figure who is very calm, composed, divine, and spiritual. In subsequent years, the image of Bharat Mata acquired many different forms as it circulated in popular prints and was painted by different artists. So, Vande Mataram, Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, novel Anandmat, written by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. Then Vande Mataram was widely sung during Swadeshi movement. These three things you have to remember. भारत माता को पोर्ट्रे किसने किया? अवनींद्रनाथ टैगोर ने. Clear? The ideas of nationalism also developed through a movement to revive Indian folklore. In late 19th century, in India, nationalists began recording folk tales sung by bards, and they toured villages to gather folk songs and legends. These tales, they believed, gave a true picture of traditional culture that had been corrupted and damaged by outside forces. In Bengal, Rabindranath Tagore himself began collecting ballads, nursery rhymes, myths, and had led the movement for folk revival. In Madras, Nitasa Shastri published a massive 4-volume collection of Tamil folk tales, the folklore of southern India. He believed that folklore was national literature. It was the most trustworthy manifestation of people's real thoughts and characteristics. So remember, South में folklore का collection किसने किया? नितसा शास्त्री. And किस लिए किया? Because he believed that folklore was national literature It was most trustworthy manifestation of people real thoughts and characteristics. ये आपके लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है, ठीक है बेटा? As the national movement developed, nationalist leaders became more and more aware of such icons and symbols in unifying people and inspiring in them a feeling of nationalism. During the Swadeshi movement in Bengal in 1906, a tricolor flag was designed. तो स्वदेशी मूवमेंट के फ्लैग के कलर क्या थे? रेड, ग्रीन एंड येलो. तीन रंग का था, तिरंगा था. Tiranga means tricolor flag, red, green and yellow. In 1921, Gandhiji had designed Swaraj flag. It was again a tricolor, red, green and white, and had a spinning wheel in the center representing Gandhian ideal of self-help. Carrying the flag, holding it aloft during marches became a symbol of defiance. Historians to unite people. Another means of creating a feeling of nationalism was through reinterpretation of history. यानी हिस्ट्री के द्वारा भी भारतीयों ने अपने देश में नेशनलिज्म को डेवलप किया. The British saw Indians as backward, primitive, incapable of governing themselves. In response, Indians began looking into the past to discover India's great achievement. They wrote about glorious development in ancient time when art and architecture, science and mathematics, religion, culture, law and philosophy, crafts and trade had flourished. These nationalist historians urged the readers to take pride in India's great achievement in the past and a struggle to change the miserable condition of life under British rule. इन हिस्टोरियंस में मैं आपको नाम बताना चाहूँगी. आर.सी. मजुमदार, उन्होंने इंडियन हिस्ट्री को रीराइट किया. उन्होंने मौर्यन पीरियड को फिर से लिखा और इंडियंस को कहा कि वी हैव अ वेरी प्राउड हिस्ट्री ऑल्सो एंड वी कैन फील that we are not backward, we are not primitive, rather, we have adopted the policy of non-violence way back in the 4th century BCE during the rule of Ashok period. Now, the conclusion. The growing anger against the colonial government was thus bringing together various groups and classes of Indians into a common struggle for freedom in the first half of the 20th century. तो यानी जो हमारा एंगर था अगेंस्ट colonial government, उसने इंडियंस को unite कर दिया. The Congress under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi tried to channel people's grievances into unite organized movement for independence. But as a diverse groups and classes participated in this movements with varied aspiration and expectations. बहुत सारे ग्रुप्स ने इसमें पार्टिसिपेट तो किया, लेकिन सबकी अलग अलग आकांक्षाएं यानी उनकी अलग चाहत थी, एस्पिरेशंस थे, एक्सपेक्टेशंस थे, आकांक्षाएं थी और उनके दुख थे, देयर ग्रीवेंसेस थे और जो उनका असंतोष था वो काफ़ी वाइड रेंजिंग था. Their grievances were wide-ranging and freedom from colonial rule also meant different things to different people. For example, business class के aspirations अलग थे, rich peasants के aspirations अलग थे, peasantry यानी small tenants जो थे उनके tenants means the farmers जिनके पास अपनी land नहीं थी उनके aspirations अलग थे, forest जो ड्वेलर्स थे उनके एस्पिरेशंस अलग थे, सिटी में रहने वाले लोगों के एस्पिरेशंस अलग थे, दलित्स के एस्पिरेशंस डिफरेंट थे, इसी तरीके से मुस्लिम के एस्पिरेशंस डिफरेंट थे और हिंदूज़ के एस्पिरेशंस डिफरेंट थे. इन सबको एक साथ लाना ये एक बहुत बड़ी बात थी और ये सारी प्रॉब्लम्स को फेस करते हुए भी अंडर द लीडरशिप ऑफ महात्मा गांधी द पीपल वर चैनलाइज्ड, their grievances were channelized and they were united under the organized movement of independence in non-cooperation movement and civil disobedience movement. The Congress continuously attempted to resolve differences of the different communities and showed that the demands of one group did not alienate another. That is why the unity within the movement often broke down. The high point of Congress activity and nationalist unity were followed by phases of disunity and interconflict between groups. In other words, there was emerging what was emerging was a nation with many voices wanting freedom from colonial government. So, in this chapter, we have studied Indian national movement and what challenges the nationalist leaders faced, as well as we have studied the symbols of unity. Thank you.